In 1987, the average 25-year-old man had a testosterone level of around 600 nanograms per deciliter. In 2024, that same man averages 450, a 25% collapse in under 40 years. And researchers cannot blame genetics, because genetics do not change that fast. I spent months going through clinical studies trying to understand exactly what caused this, and the answer was not what I expected. It was not extreme habits. It was not obvious self-destruction. It was 5 things that feel completely normal, that feel healthy, that most men do every single day without a second thought. Stay with me until the end, because by the time we finish, you will have a clear science-backed plan to start reversing every single one of these. What testosterone actually does. Testosterone is not just a muscle hormone. It determines the width of your jaw and cheekbones. It controls how much fat your body stores around your face and abdomen. It regulates how fast your skin ages. Low testosterone elevates cortisol, which causes visible facial puffiness and accelerates cellular aging. Your testosterone level is the biological foundation of what you see in the mirror every morning. Now, 5 habits that are quietly dismantling that foundation, starting with one almost nobody talks about: the fat phobia trap. If you have ever switched to a low-fat diet to get leaner, you are also systematically cutting your testosterone production at the source. Here is the mechanism. Testosterone is synthesized directly from cholesterol. No dietary fat, no raw material. Your body cannot produce what you are not giving it. A study published in the Journal of Steroid Biochemistry compared men on high-fat versus low-fat diets over 8 weeks. The result: men on low-fat diets had testosterone levels 15% lower than the high-fat group, and the sharpest drops came from men who cut saturated fat specifically, the kind found in eggs, red meat, and whole dairy. The PrimeMaxing Safe Fix. Eat 30 to 35% of your daily calories from fat. Eggs daily. Red meat 2 to 3 times per week. Olive oil. Fatty fish. This is precision, not an excuse to eat anything. What you gain. Research in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology showed men who corrected dietary fat intake saw a 13% increase in free testosterone within 4 weeks. No supplement, no risk, just food. The plastic lie. This one surprises almost everyone. BPA, bisphenol A, is a chemical found in plastic food containers, water bottles, and thermal paper receipts. Scientists classify it as an endocrine disruptor. It mimics estrogen inside your body and directly suppresses testosterone production at the cellular level. A study published in Human Reproduction examined BPA concentrations in 218 men. The men with the highest BPA levels had testosterone 23% lower than men with minimal exposure. And the sources are not obvious. Heating food in plastic containers, even BPA-free ones, which often contain chemically similar substitutes, increases chemical leaching by up to 55 times. The PrimeMaxing Safe Fix. Glass or stainless steel for all food storage and heating. Never microwave in plastic. Wash hands after handling receipts, or decline them entirely. Zero cost, zero risk. What you gain. BPA elimination studies show testosterone restoration of up to 15% over 90 days as the chemical clears your system. The only thing you are changing is the container. The 2-hour theft. Not zero sleep, not pulling all-nighters, just sleeping 6 hours instead of 8 for 1 week. Researchers at the University of Chicago published exactly this study in JAMA. Healthy young men who slept 6 hours per night for 1 week showed testosterone levels 10 to 15% lower than their own baseline. The mechanism. 70% of your daily testosterone is released during sleep, specifically during the deep REM stages that only occur in the final hours of the night. Cut 2 hours from your sleep, and you are cutting off testosterone production at its peak output window. The PrimeMaxing Safe Fix. Consistent 7.5 to 9 hours. Same bedtime every single night. Because circadian disruption compounds the hormonal damage even when total hours look adequate. Room temperature between 65 and 67 degrees Fahrenheit. The range supported by sleep medicine research for optimal deep sleep stages. What you gain. The same University of Chicago team confirmed that restoring full sleep duration brought testosterone back to baseline in under 2 weeks, faster than any supplement on the market claims to work. 3 habits down, 2 to go, and habit 5, the cardio paradox, is the one most men are not going to want to believe. But before we get there, if this level of research is useful to you, subscribe to PrimeMaxing. This channel exists for one reason, so you never have to damage your health to improve it. Safe and useful. Habit 4. The famine mode switch. This is the habit that hits hardest for men who are actively trying to improve their appearance, eating in an aggressive caloric deficit. For more than 2 to 3 weeks, a 2021 study in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that sustained caloric restriction reduced free testosterone by up to 22% within 2 weeks. Here's the biology. Your body interprets a severe, prolonged deficit as famine. In a famine, reproduction is not a priority. Survival is. Testosterone is the first system to shut down. This is why men who crash diet simultaneously lose libido, mood stability, and muscle. All three are downstream consequences of the same hormonal suppression. The PrimeMaxing Safe Fix: maximum deficit of 300 calories below maintenance. Protein at no less than 0.8 grams per pound of body weight. A structured diet break every 3 to 4 weeks, 4 to 7 days eating at maintenance, to reset the hormonal signal. What you gain? Research confirms this approach reduces body fat at nearly the same rate as aggressive cutting, while men in controlled studies maintained up to 90% more muscle and preserved testosterone levels throughout the entire cut. Cardio paradox. Here is the one most men refuse to accept. Regular exercise raises testosterone. That is established science, and it is true. But there is a line, and most active men have crossed it. A study comparing recreational endurance athletes, men logging 10 or more hours of cardio per week, to sedentary counterparts found something that contradicts everything fitness culture teaches. The endurance athletes had testosterone levels 25% lower, not higher, lower. The mechanism: prolonged aerobic exercise elevates cortisol. Cortisol and testosterone are biochemical antagonists. When one rises, the other falls. Sessions lasting over 60 minutes consistently trigger this suppression, and research shows testosterone can remain depressed for up to 72 hours after an excessive training session. The harder you push without recovery, the more you are working against yourself. The PrimeMaxing Safe Fix: cap steady-state cardio at 45 minutes per session. Prioritize compound resistance training, squats, deadlifts, presses. No more than 3 high-intensity sessions per week, minimum 2 full rest days. What you gain? A study in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research showed men who shifted from chronic cardio to resistance-focused training saw a 17% increase in resting testosterone within 8 weeks. Same effort, smarter structure. Remember that number from the beginning: a 25% collapse in testosterone since 1987. That collapse is not inevitable. It is not genetic. It is behavioral. The fat phobia trap, the plastic lie, the 2-hour theft, the famine mode switch, the cardio paradox. 5 habits. None of them feel dangerous. All of them are measurably costing you. Fix them, and you are not just recovering a number on a lab test. You're rebuilding the biological foundation of how you look, how you perform, and how other people perceive you. Every fix on this list is free. Every fix on this list is safe. Every fix is supported by published research. That is what PrimeMaxing is built on. If you do not want to destroy your appearance or your health by accident, subscribe. This channel is simple, only safe and useful, only proven by science. And tell me in the comments, which of these 5 surprised you the most? The plastic lie, the famine mode switch, or the cardio paradox? I read every single one.